I'm watching this show yesterday. It's called The Trap of Infinity. I'm sat there watching it, and I'm watching it because I really like space. I like learning about everything that's happening out in space, how we measure things out in space. It's just concepts that we don't really understand yet. I find it quite fascinating. So I saw it and I was like, oh, that'll be fucking good. I'll chuck that on, see what it's saying. And it's a fucking scam. It pissed me off so much, right? Because there's these guys are on there, and he's like, Infinity is like the best thing there is. Infinity is just amazing. We can't even wrap our heads around it. Actually, you fucking dinlo, we can. Because as it comes to find out, infinity is just a man-made concept. There is nothing actually infinite. If you look into the universe, and I guess if you look into physics, and I know fucking nothing about physics, but with motion and energy, it can't be infinite. Everything that starts eventually ends. You may have like an uprise like this, but it can't keep going up forever. With all loads of motion, it has to come back down and neutralize. And this concept, these guys that are talking about infinity, oh my fucking god, they're proper dins. They're not dins. They've got like fucking PhDs and shit. But I'm just sat there listening to these guys, and it's actually making me feel sad. Like it is making me feel depressed listening to these people, because in my head, when I'm to think about an infinite number, something that is infinite, ever going on, it holds a certain way that you're just like, whoa. Like, it's hard to sort of conceptualize how big infinity is. And then you listen to these people, and they're basically just telling you, like, there's nothing in the universe that is infinite that we know of. But there probably isn't. There probably won't be. Because it's just baffling. It's just baffling. I sat there for about 45 minutes listening to these people talk about infinity, and I was just like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever watched. I was so excited to watch this show, and I sat there pissed off, miffed the entire time, thinking like that you guys have just ruined the concept for me, because now I understand that it's just numerical. There's nothing really more to it. For us to be able to count from 1 to 10, the increase, obviously it's going to be never ending. You couldn't even think of the number which is the highest. You know what I mean? It's always going to keep going. There's nothing really infinite. I mean, to think that the universe is infinite is sort of a concept in itself, because it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that the universe is infinite at all. I don't think it is at all. I think how it works is it's a collection of energy, right? And it's expanding. Let's say the universe is expanding like a sphere. It's constantly moving outwards in every single direction. There will be a point eventually where that expansion starts to decay, dematerialize. Fuck knows what's going to happen to it, but it can't just go on forever, in a sense that we can't go on forever. I mean, the way that we start to understand things is to sort of dumb them down into human terms. Like when we look at dogs and the years of how long dogs live, to understand it best, we have to conceptualize it into what it's like for a human. For us, you know, they live a short time. For them, they probably live fucking ages. I mean, you've got like an atlas moth, one of the largest species of moth, right? They have evolved to have no mouths. They don't eat. All they do, fuck for a week, fly about, flap, die. They've realised that they don't need to eat. They don't need a digestive system, because they're only alive for that short time. All they have to do is keep fucking, keep evolving, and the species is just still going on. Sydney, what are you doing? You're nuts. I saw Cat Sydney. She's a foster. So going back to what I was saying, when we compare the universe in a lifespan against humans, there is a point where the body starts to decay. Everything that it's grown to push through, it can't do it to the same capacity as it used to. What I believe personally is that the universe is like, do you fucking mind? The universe is like any other able-bodied person, right? It begins, it starts, it grows, it expands, and then it stops growing, and it starts to decay, and it starts to crumble, and everything that was inside of it starts to slow down. We know that the universe is growing at an accelerated rate. We have no clue how. I don't think we'd ever really find out how, to be honest with you, because it's a concept so much bigger than us. It's a number so much bigger than us. If we look at it, when we put it down into light years, it's a number that we can't fathom. To us, it could look infinite, but it probably isn't infinite. It's just a number. It's a large, large, large number. And we created numbers. We made them up so that we could figure things out better. Sort of. But that's what it's sort of become now. If we can understand something in its simplest terms again and again and again, then we can start to understand it on a much larger scale. The universe is probably one of the largest scales thing we could ever sort of think about. And I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm actually just chatting shit. I am chatting pure shit. But I was so pissed off yesterday with this concept. Because that's all infinity is. It's just a man-made concept. I don't think there's anything infinite in the universe. I don't think the universe is infinite. I like to believe that it grows and grows to a point to eventually, when it does die, like a body, it just sort of kabooms. I like to believe that at the end of the universe, our universe, it restarts. I like to believe that we live in cycles, that through time, it repeats again and again and again. And once the universe gets to its end point, it collapses in on itself. And all of that energy, all of the chemical energy, physical energy, everything that was inside it to begin with, start to finish, is still there. It's still in the same box. And then it just goes again. And through time, I guess an infinite amount of time, it could be that we restart exactly as we were. I could live my life again after enough time has passed. I could live it again in the exact same way that I did, or maybe in a different way. I don't like to believe that it can be done exactly in a different way. Don't know. Cup of tea for a cunt. I don't know, this is sort of day 3. Just chatting shit to no one. So, yeah.